Okay, so you're like the 3 other million people and me on Instagram who love Shae McGee's style. But how do we get that style on our own, a little bit more unique, on a budget? Let me tell you. Here's the deal. Every single time I talk about Studio McGee style, Studio McGee show, etc., you guys love talking about all things Studio McGee. And it's been a while since I've talked about Studio McGee. So I wanted to come up with a version 2.0 of how you hack the Studio McGee style in your own home for yourself and not just buy everything from her website or the Target collection, etc. I'm gonna give you some design rules to live by of how to hack that style and also how to create your own Pinterest perfect home for yourself. So first, I am going to start this video out with 6 tricks for how to get the process of creating your Pinterest perfect home. Then we're gonna get into 6 design things to know if you are trying to create that Studio McGee style in your house. And you're gonna have to stay till the end of the video because the last tip is the most Studio McGee style. And also, I just want you to stick around and chat with me. So stick around and let's talk about all things Studio McGee and Pinterest perfect homes. So you want your house to look just like your Pinterest board. So what do? First things first, maybe you've already done the first step, which is get totally inspired. Have an inspiration mood board of exactly what you want your home to look like on Pinterest. Now, if you're like me, you have a Pinterest dream home board that you've pinned to for the last decade and it's sort of all different styles. So get specific and make a mood board specifically for the house you are in now that you want to make Pinterest perfect. Then what I want you to do is refine that down a little bit. So if you pinned everything from rustic to traditional to modern, make sure you get specific on the look that you're actually going for. This is not to stop you from thinking, oh, I like this rustic light and I like this traditional desk. Of course we can do that. But I just want you to get very clear on the vision of what it is that you're going for, not just, I like these 1 million spaces. From there, I want you to actually go around your house, go around the space that you are decorating, take very clear inventory of what it is that you have that you want to keep and what it is that you have that you want to get rid of, replace, upcycle, etc., so that you know what you have that you love that you're already working with and what you have that you don't love so much. From there, the next step is to keep a centralized list. So it could be in your Asana, it could be in your notes app of your phone of everything it is that you're like dreaming up. On your list on your phone or your Asana, under the list of what you're trying to curate, you would have you're looking for a new kitchen table. By the way, if you want to be really good and really detail oriented, put down, your max dimensions are 48 by 48 or whatever, so that when you're out and you're shopping or you're thrifting or you're on Facebook Marketplace and you see the perfect thing, you just open up your notes and you know if that item is going to fit what it is that you're looking for. So personally, I just keep an ongoing list of my phone of everything it is that I'm trying to curate for my home so I can reference that when I'm out and about. It also ends up saving me money in the long run so I don't waste money on things I actually don't need or really want to create my Pinterest perfect home. And the last step to creating your Pinterest perfect home is actually going out and doing the damn thing, right? You're gonna go out, you're gonna shop, you're gonna thrift, you're gonna home goods, you're gonna Facebook Marketplace, you're gonna DIY, and you're actually gonna go start curating the items that you've had on your list, on your phone, etc., that you're looking for to create that Pinterest-worthy look of your house. And not only is creating a Pinterest perfect home so pleasing, but also it is one of those steps that just helps you work towards the vision of your life. And vision is so important towards executing the life of your dreams. So what I have done is I've actually linked down in the description below a free vision board template for you to make your own vision board, and you can just sign up and I will email that directly to you. All right, now that I have told you exactly how to make your home Pinterest perfect, let's talk all things Studio McGee, Shae McGee, all the things. Let's get into it. I would love to hear what your favorite tip was down in the comments. So leave me a comment and let me know. If you guys have not seen, I do have another video all about how to hack the Studio McGee style. I will link that above for you if you're interested in that video as well. However, what I'm gonna do today is give you version 2.0 of that, which is some more tips and tricks to get that Shae McGee, Studio McGee look in your house. So my first tip is when you are shopping, creating, curating this Studio McGee look in your home, you want all of your woods to be very light woods. If you look at Studio McGee and Shae's pages, you're gonna see she really only picks light wood, furniture, accents, floors. Darker wood is really just if the customer requests a mid-century or something along those lines. But the Studio McGee signature look is absolutely to go for light wood pieces. Tip number 2 to get the Studio McGee look is to be very minimal but large with your accessories. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you don't have a ton of accessories, you have statement home decor accessories. So huge, large lamps, huge, large vase, those sorts of things. She doesn't buy 50 pieces for a space. The Studio McGee look is really to have one big lamp and maybe a small picture next to it, but you go for scale rather than quantity in the Studio McGee look. Okay, number 3 is to go for classic hardware. Now, okay, you guys, I promise you can find an exception to every single rule that I'm gonna tell you today of one time she did it differently. But if you're going for that classic Studio McGee look, these rules are sort of her standard of how she decorates. Of course, she has used an obscure hardware here and there, but generally speaking, Studio McGee goes for very classic hardware and they tend towards gold finishes. Of course, they have done silvers and they have done blacks as well, but they're not doing anything that is like super modern or obscure shapes. I will give you guys some examples of what I mean by classic hardware, but they're gonna be very classic profile pieces, whether it's a cup pull or a bar or a knob. It's nothing too crazy. And again, generally leaning towards the gold color scheme, but different for each home. Rule number 4, if you are going for the Studio McGee look, is to get large scale landscape art. Shae McGee and Studio McGee tend to do these really large oil painting landscape looks, which are gorgeous. And by the way, they have some like faux versions in their Target line. If you guys are interested in sort of getting that look for less, I will link some down in the description below of the art from her line, but you can also DIY your own large scale art. There's all kinds of tutorials. By the way, I have an abstract large scale art tutorial that I will include here, but if you guys want that really Shae McGee look, you're gonna wanna go for a landscape. So either get something from her Target line, her online store, or there's tons of print shops like Juniper Print Shop and Etsy shops where you can get this large scale art. That is the kind of stuff that she uses in all of her projects. By the way, you guys, I have created an entire mood board with all things Studio McGee inspired linked down in the description below. So if you want to check out any of the products or inspiration I've talked about today, they are going to be linked down in the description below. Rule number 5, if you are going for the Studio McGee look in your home, is that your color opportunities are in your pillows, your art, and your rugs. Other than that, she keeps it pretty neutral in terms of furniture and wall colors. And if you guys watched season 2 of Dream Home on Netflix, which is their show, their series on Netflix, she actually admits she likes all walls painted white. Of course, there are examples of her doing a dark color, a green, a this, a that, but 99% of the time, Studio McGee goes for white walls. Now, they believe in all shades of white, etc., etc. But if you want that look in your home, you're gonna keep your walls light, bright, and white, and your color opportunities are going to be in art, pillows, and rugs. And really, that's it. Your furniture is gonna be pretty neutral as well. Okay, my last tip for you, which I personally think is the most important, not only when designing a Studio McGee space, but designing any space in general. I think Shae and Studio McGee got this totally spot on and are completely right. They only use classic shapes when it comes to furniture. They choose desks, sofas, chairs, tables that are classic lines and will last in their clients' homes for decades and decades to come, so that when the style changes, when trends change, you can switch out small pieces like lamps, like accessories, like curtains, and you can change those things to be more updated on a regular basis. But the investment pieces, the furniture, those surfaces, they always go for incredibly classic lines, not things that are super trendy. So if you want to have long-lasting design in your home, plus have that Studio McGee look, make sure you're going for very classic lines on your furniture and select pieces that will be in style for decades and decades to come, so you don't have to worry about replacing those super expensive items. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget, I linked a vision board template down in the description below. I will chat with you guys later. Bye.